Okay, the audio's turned on this time. Good. Good, good, good. Hey Froy, how's it going? Not too bad. You know, just, well, obviously Monday's my first day off for the week, off from work, so just spent the morning recovering, and now I'm streaming, I guess. So I'm half paying attention to this game, half thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner this evening. I was thinking of chicken stir fry, but who knows. How's everyone else doing then? That's good to know. Come on, loading bar, you can do it. Alrighty, audio levels okay? Okay, let's do this then. Right, yep. Last session I lost the Essence, who are the team of Harpies. So yep, led by her sister. But that's just how it goes, so back at the wagon after being defeated by the Essence in spite of all your efforts. You're about to join the others discussing the outcome when Volfred finds you. I trust what you deem necessary there, my girl. Though I admit I would have liked to have seen a different outcome. Now, I'm afraid I need a bit of time from you, for there is something you should see. Please join me outside. Yeah, I'm just gonna read his lines out normally because that voice really hurts my throat. Look forth. The golden star reveals itself to us once more. Indeed, somewhere in the deep infinite dark, a single star shines brighter than the rest. The path to freedom reveals itself again. Okay, so this means there's going to be another liberation rite. Oh dear, I'm going to have to fight the... Oh yep, I don't get a choice this time, I have to go to the liberation rite. The rites are calling you again to the fall of Suliam, where one among you may go free, should you prevail. As we discussed, the circle of the rites is beginning to turn more quickly. Perhaps the scribes themselves have taken notice. Fortunately, having more frequent opportunities to free ourselves is not unwelcome to our plan. Which, to remind everyone, is just to free enough people to start backing up your political agenda. I suppose it's good for everyone, including the Essence, who will oppose us next. Getting to Mount Aladir ought to be a little easier than before at least. we should be able to make landing near some of the old monuments to the scribes. Let's set forth at dawn.
Soon everyone is off to rest as best they are able, knowing that another chance at liberty for one of them shall soon present itself. Pamitha seems to have something on her mind. Despite Pamitha's mental conditioning, you can tell something is troubling her. She won't listen to a word I say. Not a damn word. If she were my blood sister, I should think I'd hate her guts as much as she hates mine. She shakes her head. I should apologise to you and everyone. I sought out Tamitha without asking your leave. Figured I'd rather seek forgiveness than permission, you understand? My attempts with Tamitha didn't amount to much, as you well saw. So at this point, I'm hoping you'll be more accepting of apologies than she. Though tell me something, reader darling. Do you suppose I'm going to betray you? You may know better than I do at this point. Pamitha wishes to know where you think her loyalties lie. Say that you trust her. Loyalty has to be earned. You believe she'll stand with the Nightwings. Admit to having reservations. She has made it clear that her priority is to her blood sister. Yeah, I'm going to trust her. You expressed to Pamitha that you do not view her efforts to make peace with Tamitha as being contradictory to the group's larger goals. You understand why she did what she did. She says nothing for a while. That's kind of you to say, darling. May the others see it with such generosity. But if they don't, you need but tell me to depart, and I'll be on my way. However, I've a promise that I wish to make to you. You let me stay, and I'll see this through with all of you, no matter where we will all end up. I'll be on the roof for a bit, I think. You take care too, darling. Despite Pamitha's disappointment with the outcome of her confrontation with her blood sister, you sense she is less troubled now after your brief conversation. Okay, I'm gonna have another try at the trials. She really does not like the imp. Hell yeah, I've got this. Wow, that was quick. Okay, what I need to do is... strike one. Okay, I've got my strategy down. Yep, keep the momentum up. This isn't going as well as I'd have hoped. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah. What? Okay, so... Eep. Yep, very fast indeed. What? And one more and I'm out. Oh, come on. Okay, one more try. Kind of want to try and see if I can do that eye makeup she's got going on there. I think I've got green eyeliner somewhere, but... Okay. I don't know how I managed that. Yep, third time. Okay, that could have gone better. It's a race. Oh, come on. Okay, I can still do this. Maybe not. Oh well. Let's just get on with the story then, shall we? A fair attempt, reader, although that imp needs more work. Come again when he is more prepared. Get onward then. Being here in flagging hands continues to sap the most everyone's spirits. Your companion has lost -1 hope for the next rite. Note to self, do not accept any more matches in flagging hands. Okay, so we've got Emperor's Fall. Ruki seems to think he gets favour from the scribes. Emperor's Ascent. Who do I want to use? Yeah, Pyre probably. You make landing on the sacred mountain Lodiel, upon whose summit the next liberation rite shall soon take place. You wonder who among you may regain his or her freedom this time. Volfred finds you after the post-flight inspection. Okay, Froy. Bon appetit.
We shall have to take the rest of the trip to the Fall of Solomon by land. May we soon liberate another of our own there. That should raise the chances that our plan shall ultimately succeed.
Okay, seek the heart scribe's favour. Just see if there's anything in here. Nope. Later that day, you accompany Pyre into the ancient formations of Emperor's Ascent, where a monument to Tristatifis awaits you. Perhaps due to the nature of this place, you begin to sense Pyre's inner thoughts as clear as if she were speaking aloud. Talking to the dead again, Pyre. Oh, talking to the dead again, Pyre? Fine, why not? All to keep your mind off things. Just don't go getting your hopes up. Your life back there, it wouldn't be any better anyway. Soon you and she are finished paying your respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Tristatifis has shown you favour. At dawn you shall begin your ascent. For now the solitude here is fit for pursuing your vocations. Pyre gained +2 quickness for the next rite. You find Pyre by herself again, though her expression is grown darker than her custom. Leave me be, would you, reader darling? Trying to get some good and proper moping done here, and you're distracting me. Leave me be, reader. Just leave me be, reader. Just leave me be. You don't want to know what's lurking in my heart or my mind. What you'll find there isn't pretty. Ooh, what's this? Oh, hey, Kira. Oh, thanks for the host. Oh, hey, Ariel as well. How are you both doing? Yet something about her thought process is different to you now. You know that with her conditioning she can resist your scrutiny, but now her thoughts are laid bare to you. Pyre is alone with her thoughts. Not bad. I spent most of the morning sleeping off work, so... Yep, I'm feeling pretty good now, and just sort of streaming more Pyre. Plus I've got some time off work booked next month, so that'll be nice. Do I intrude on her thoughts? Or respect her privacy? Pyre seems to be inviting you into her thoughts. You remain there in that lonesome space with her. What is it going to take, I wonder, Pyre? Shall I just go ahead and kill them all? That would be proof enough, perhaps, about my loyalties to you and our sisters. Perhaps I ought to start with this one right in front of me. The bond between you severs as Pyre opens her eyes and stares at you. Okay, I'm going to cheat. Oh yeah? Just waiting to start then, or... are you on a break or something? Pyre's thoughts are her own business. The fleeting connection between you is soon severed. Thoughts are loathsome things, reader. It is difficult to know how best to hide them. Mine are plain enough for you to see by now. Shakes howls and looks askance. You know by now why I'm in this mess with all of you. You could say I lack Pyre's sense of commitment, her zeal. She lives only to see your nation overthrown, or something worse if she could have her way. Centuries of conflict can be quite emboldening that way, especially when one's sister's leading cause of death is Commonwealth's forged steel. Wielded with the utmost mercy, of course. Well, I had little patience for the senselessness of it myself. Became a bit of a pariah, I suppose. I knew Pyre was going to get herself and others killed someday, so when she was to fly out on this one big mission of hers, I had other arrangements made. But after she was caught, you people did not exactly hold their end of the bargain. I knew there were such risks, of course, and yet a chance is still a chance. Pyre was clipped and cast down. A mercy, they called it. I did not see it this way, and in my growing process of her treatment, I was soon enough to follow. She falls silent for a while. I haven't decided yet if I entirely regret my actions, but I do seek Pyre's forgiveness, and wish that she could see my thoughts for what they are, as it seems you can. Then she might realise our nation's people have much more in common than she knows. Sometimes I wonder which of them's stupider. She brushes past you, out of the wagon for now. Roster bio updated, Pyre. Crime, conspiracy, motive, insurrection. She was once a talent ace of the High Wing remnants. You possess the talent of her sisters, but not the single-minded zeal. Okay, I've unlocked that then. I wonder if I should release her or... Okay, I think I'm going to have one more go at the imps trial. If for no other reason, I want to see if I can release him. That's not a good start. Okay, that's one. Two. Oh, come on. Okay, one more try and then I'll Come on. That's a 1. Two. Oh, that was unexpected, but... RIP me, I guess. Okay. You find a relatively quiet clearing to study the Book of Rites with undivided attention. Through your greater understanding comes the reader's influence. Focus on which aspect? You concentrate on the substance of the words and teachings of the Book of Rites, such as you understand them thus far. Inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. You gain the reader's influence, spirit. Okay, so you can either give Che, Favour, or Sir Gilman. I'll probably use Che, so I'll give her the bonus. On the way to the summit, you pass a monument to Lu Shuain. Che happens to take notice. blessed am I to have this audience with you, O Lucerne. Your resplendent glory has made this moment possible, and given me so many friends who are so dear to me. Thank you, whatever happens. Thank you. She says little after paying her respects. However, as you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Lucerne has shown you favour. Chai gained +2 presents for the next rite. Hey Froy. Hope you're enjoying your dinner then. You and your companions gather once more at the Scribe's Gate, where a single narrow trail leads upward towards the summit, past an archway carved of stone. Come this way, please. The minstrel leads you towards the archway, where his counterpart awaits. The exiles of the Nightwings have returned. They have. Greetings, Celeste. Shorba ignores him and motions to the rest of you. Good. Now then, each of you in turn, please state your name and what it is that you seek whilst you're crossing Scribe's Gate. Please, just do as she says. Everyone steps forward one after another, much like before. Judario passes through the gate. Che passes through the gate. Sir Gilman passes through the gate. Tizo passes through the gate. Pamitha passes through the gate. Ruki passes through the gate. Volfred passes through the gate. No one is left but you. You step forth and declare yourself as you did before. The Guardian of Scribe's Gate regards you with a still expression. Then she addresses all of you in her formal manner. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. The lone minstrel glances up at the Gate Guardian. You have our gratitude, Celeste. But she pays him no heed. I wonder what happened between the two of them. Again you gain the top of Mount Elodiel, from which the downside sprawls before you. You wonder whether one among you shall soon follow headwind from this place. Page revealed, the fall of Suliam. I'm not sure, to be honest. I think apparently the first liberation rite, which I did a while ago, is like the main point of the game, and after this maybe like a third. Basically there's just going to be a much faster loop of a couple of matches than a liberation rite, so I'd imagine I'm sort of maybe halfway through by now. From the top of Mount Elodiel, the downside may be seen in its entirety, or at least felt, since so much of the land is shrouded, but that is hardly all. Through a wondrous miracle, there lies upon this highest mountain an inverted fall, whose waters crashed not towards the sea, but rushed towards the heavens. We speculate these are the very waters which delivered us, but now bend backwards, seeking their return, as do we all. In this phenomenon we can be can freedom be achieved, but only for the chosen when the time is right. This is a path to freedom we cannot traverse, but shall leave open for you, so that you may strive for it. Okay, let's see what this guy's got for sale. Hey guys, do you know it gets awful cold up here? It's sometimes waiting for customers, so I can come on in, okay? And good luck in that big battle thing you got. That's where you're going, isn't it? I heard it's going to be exciting from my friends. What's this then? Ooh. Well, I guess this isn't much use without headwind, so... Must be a lucky day here. Or I don't know what, Dad. The time has come for your second liberation rite to commence. You observe the lone minstrel and Volfred speaking in hushed tones, but cannot sense the topic or the tone. Then Volfred looks up at you. I trust that you're feeling as prepared as possible, my girl. Each rite is consequential to our journey in its own respect, though these liberation rites have a much more immediate effect. It is somewhat crass, however. I've gone and estimated by how much each of our companions may contribute to the outcome of our plan, should they be liberated here. Factors such as their previous occupation, innate tendency to leave, and oratory skill contributed to my assessment. It's nothing personal, for we're all in this together. Besides, we ought to return in time if possible. Know simply that for each of us who goes, in doing so, he or she shall raise our total chances of success. Reader, madam, this night you shall confront the Essence. They have already been appointed to Mayfair to be liberated, should they manage to prevail. We all have faith in you, my girl, and lo, even the stars agree on this account. Yeah, I won't bother with any of those. So how's everyone liking this game so far anyway?
Have returned unto the fall of Solium, at which the scribes first formed their sacred union.
Yep, the characters are pretty interesting.
Is freedom and prosperity, but only for one exile who prevails in this liberation rite. Your many adversaries all did strive to earn this opportunity. 'Twas the Essence which earned it. Who shall be absolved is up to all of you.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumphants is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumphants is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the Essence, come forth now and declare yourself. and pay any respects you have to your adversaries, the Nightwings. Tamifa swoops down from somewhere and unfastens her mask. I am known as Tamifa Terran. I mean to return to my ancestral home and promptly resume my responsibilities as flight tactician of the High Wing Remnants. Our long stalemate against the Commonwealth shall soon be ended, should I and several of my sisters manage to rejoin our clan. Then our vengeance shall be swift and thorough. Your quarrel with the country that cast you into exile is beneath the notice of the scribes. Tamifa Terran, here you shall be judged under the stars. My quarrel with the Commonwealth is all that gave me and my sisters strength to suffer to reach this point. The scribes ought well take heed of how my people suffer. We are not weaklings any more, like your Trista Tethys. We shall not fall in line with flightless fools and their naked attempts to subsume our heritage, our culture. Speak not again thus of the saint, or you shall be expelled. Tamifa Terran. Tamifa scoffs, then turns her attention towards your side. And Nightwings, as for you, the fury we shall immediately show is nothing in comparison to the hatred growing for your Commonwealth in the mountains on the other side. She signals to her sisters to ready themselves. You seek your freedom, but there shall be nothing save for destruction should you manage to return. Now then, have the Nightwings reached a decision on whose behalf they shall conduct the liberation rite? Reader, I am bound to tell you once more, the first companion whom you choose shall go free this very night, if you prevail. Only the enlightened may thus be anointed. Not all among you may be ready. The other two chosen for the triumvirate shall lend their aid. Nightwings, make your decision.
Who would you set free?
Okay, who have we got? Okay, I kind of want to know what Jodariel's deal is, but yeah, I guess we're gonna have to make it Che.
Che.
Oh, you mean me? Then I get to go home? But the 8 scribes, what if they still want me to stay?
Who shall strive for her?
Sure, let's get her out of here then. Don't have to ask me twice. Not after everything Chazzy and I've been through.
Very well.
One final obstacle to overcome, ere I can soar again above your Commonwealth. Such is just destruction I shall rain upon it soon. But first, let us dance this final time.
Commence.
That's the one. As the liberation rite continues, you sense Pyre reaching out to you, or perhaps just reaching out to anyone at all. Reader, someone Please, let her prevail, let her prevail. Please let her prevail here this once. Though this makes me a traitor, so be it, but please let Tamifa prevail, for she is here wrapped up in all of this because of me. The plea trails off, and Tamifa remains steadfast, all her attention focused on the liberation rite. And as for Tamifa, prepare yourselves, Nightwings, and as for you, Tamifa, I await the outcome of this night, for it shall ensure that I may never see your smirking countenance again. Okay, Kira, I hope you have a nice evening. Oh. Oops. Yeah, this music is definitely one of, well, it's Supergiant, so they're not exactly going to have bad music, are they? But this is definitely some of the best music so far. Come on. Yes. Hark now, my sisters, damn what the book says. Advance to strike formation. Prevail here against these wretches no matter the cost. In disregard for the ways of the rise, Tamifa therein has ordered her triumvirate to push further afield, adopting an even more aggressive stance for the remainder of this ride. That's not good.
Into the searing flame. A show of strength from the Nightwing's opponents. You left yourselves wide open.
Oh, come on. That was just plain unfair.
Bit of a blunder. Deliverance. Did it.
Okay, just one more and I win.
Now go on, just once more. There goes Tamatha. Glory scribes.
Eep. Not good, not good, not good.
The Nightwings seem to be falling behind. All of the essence gone.
Victory.
There it is, at last. The Nightwings proved their worth. Of their adversaries, the same cannot be said.
Nina, Nina, Nina.
Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free.
Kinda gonna miss Che,
Absolved of all
but
misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
damn you for this, Pamitha. All of this because of you. I can go home? I think this means I can go home. She shuts her eyes. By the scribes, by the scribes. But what will happen now to you? To all of you? Can you not come with me? No, they say not yet. The scribes, they say not yet. Although, I think your time will come. Your time will come. Oh, that's fair enough, Roy. I hope it's acting a bit more reasonably right now. And I will wait for you because I don't have friends back home, at least. I didn't used to, so I want you to come join me there, okay? But now, the scribes are calling me, and so, goodbye. She falls into the shimmer pool, and then she is gone. Goodbye, and please, oh scribes, watch over them, okay? Che earned back her freedom.
Godspeed, moon-touched one. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
Don't know what she's actually going to do back there, but... all in all, having to unlearn everything I've learned is going somewhat faster than expected. Okay, mastery. Yeah, I'm gonna miss her. She was definitely my favourite character, but she returned to deserve to be able to go home.
May the scribes have mercy on us all.
Well, Pamitha, truly, did you get the best of me again? Know that your actions put our sisters on the other side in even greater peril. Not that you care, of course. Yet I am certain they shall someday prevail, with or without my aid. To think that I was born to share the blood of someone such as you. Yep, at least I have Tizo. You return to the wagon, after having prevailed against the Essence in the liberation rite. That's one less mouth to feed. Feels quieter already, huh? You succeeded in liberating Che, you returned to the Commonwealth in glory.
We did what we could. With each liberation rite, we strive to advance our plan. A brighter future awaits at the end of our path. For now, we must persevere. Speaking of which, reader, I take it you have seen the stars. Or should I say the lack thereof?
You have, or did. Once more the sky is all abyssal darkness following the liberation rite. No stars illuminate themselves to guide you further on your path. Then let us go once more to Moonlight Alcove. I've an errand I must run.
And besides, once we arrive, best we recover now. Make our way southward at first light.
Okay, Jodariel seems to have something on her mind. Sometime after the liberation rite, you find Jodariel staring at the wagon's walls. Little brother, she would call it, reader. This wagon was one of that girl's only friends in this world, and now they are apart. She'll be mournful by tomorrow, I should think. She lets out a sigh. That girl had nothing in the Commonwealth. Life in the downside is scarce worth living on most days, except for one such as she. I fear it may have served her better to remain within our care. Within my care. She tries off for a while. The orphans of the fallen veterans with whom I served back on the blood border, she reminded me a lot of them in certain ways. They each were very strong in their own right, often wiser than suggested by their youth. Thus, I do not know the source of my concern. I trust Che shall continue to survive. My hope, however, is that she achieves something more, that she should find her place in that society this time. Perhaps she shall be instrumental to this plan of ours yet. What with her constant prattling about the scribes? Who can say? The people there may listen. Either way, we managed to see her return. May those of us united in our cause continue to support each other here, as well as on the other side. Jodariel nods at you and salutes. Thank you, reader. Rest well this night, and I shall see you in the morning's light. She retires for the evening. You sense she is feeling better about Che's prospects, having talked through her thoughts with you. The Essence. The winged members of the Essence, each chosen by the matriarch Triesta Tiphys, are living exemplars of the liberty and piety. Would that my wings could be thus. Once, you of course must know, we all had wings. It is said the people of the Empire relinquished theirs, drawn in by earthly matters as they were. But the harps such as Triesta held tight to the liberty of their plumage could afford. These divergent paths did cause a share of differences between the winged and the wingless over time, but here in this land, our purposes are shared, our goals united. That then is the essence, that is who they are and what and why. On mercy. Mercy is the beating heart of a truly free society. Mercy even for the perpetrators of the darkest deeds. As our liege Solomon Murr drifted in an ocean of regret, he found their mercy, or rather it found him, and it saved his life. Mercy, freedom, they are intertwined. A society which raises a clenched fist against its own shall follow the doomed path of the Empire of Tsar. Ours shall be a merciful society. May the perpetrators of the darkest deeds be sent to join us here, where they may learn, as we have. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kinds. We shall stand shoulder to shoulder, equals in the same society. Okay, to be continued then. Okay, I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Once again you find yourself amid the quiet nooks of the moonlike alcove. Here you can await the time until the stars deign to shine for you again. The Beyond the Crystal seeks Pyre. Sweet. You have returned. How can I help you, if at all? Just name the victim, and I shall be more than pleased to make him or her suffer for a bit. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Mifa. Oh, you mean that feisty harp? She may yet be taught some manners, I should think. I shall attempt to bring her down to size. Let us bring her forth. Has it? It's still moving for me. Is it still frozen, Froy? Okay. I'll try turning it off and on again. Is that better? Oh, cool. Right. Soon Pamifa arrives, in the heat of the summons. You called for me, reader darling? Ah, it's that crystal. Then let's hash it out. Hash it out. I'm ready. The camera's still frozen, you mean? Wait, when you say the camera, do you mean my webcam or do you mean the video feed? Is anyone else having trouble? Okay. See what it says here. Okay, skip frames detected. That's unusual. So, wait, when you say you're having trouble, is it the actual, is it the webcam feed, or is it the actual, overall video feed that's not working? Oh, okay. Is that facing it at all? On my end it's perfectly fine, and to be honest it should be transmitting as the video part of the actual video, so there isn't really any particular reason the webcam itself shouldn't be working. Yeah, I'll just switch it off then. Listen well, Hop. You answer me here. Oh, a bossy one. Sure then. Go on and tell me more. Such a delightful student for a change. Come on then, let's see what you can do. Left your own devices, save for your reader's vigilance, of course. Okay, well I'll leave the webcam on just for when you refresh them. Well, there isn't really any reason why the webcam should be malfunctioning separately to everything else. Let's show her what she wants to see then, reader darling. Oh, that's good. We'll just continue as normal then. Okay, let's do this. Come on, respawn. Damn. Eesh. I hate it when that happens. 69, nice. Achievement unlocked, the Guilty Sister. Heck yeah. There now, is everybody happy? Oh, as happy as it can be, my doubtless pretty Harp. So good of you to ask. On top of that, your performance was sufficient. You passed my test. You have my congratulations, both of you, and to your lovely, both to you and to your lovely reader. Now be gone from here before I have any second thoughts. Achievement unlocked. Sandra's favourite. My, that Sandrish sure could use a massage or something. She's so angry, isn't she? Say, what's that you have there, darling? You received Triesta's plume for completing Prometheus' trial. Rank 12 legendary talisman. While flying after dousing the adversary's pyre, Prometheus may return instantly and deals +3. She could no longer fly, and yet her tears she shed for her assailants, for they could cry no longer. Nice. Okay, onwards and forwards then.
We have returned to a place of respite. Please make yourselves comfortable. Such as you can. We are at the mercy of the stars, but I expect they shall shine bright again in time. As for me, I shall return by then, for there is something I must do.
There from atop the sacred mountain, you gaze down into the abyss that is the downside. You wonder where the stars shall align themselves once more. There upon the sacred mountain, your companions once more await the night of the stars to begin to shine again. The plan of which you are a part is set in motion. The Commonwealth, a nation that stood for almost 1,000 years, is in turmoil. If your companions return there through the liberation rites, what sort of place shall they be coming back to? Many moons pass. One evening, amid a downpour with no interest whatsoever in relenting, Wolfred requests everyone to convene. You understand he has an announcement of some sort. Soon everyone is assembled, and Wolfred regards the group.
Everyone, there is an aspect of our plan which I have not talked about with you at length. Look around at your companions. What do you see in them?
He lets the question hang a moment in the air.
I'll tell you what I see in all of you. All of us. I see in all of us a living vision of the 8 scribes themselves, each one among them hailing from the different tribes which later formed our Commonwealth. My observation does not come from pompousness. I think, rather I believe the scribes themselves desired, or I shall say desire, such a course. Together they created all this ceremony of which we're now a part. The exiles liberated through their rights went on to found the Commonwealth, based on their values and teachings. Thus, an instrumental aspect of our plan is to embody the spirit and the culture from which the Commonwealth arose so many centuries ago. That way, when we are all united on the other side in solidarity, people shall all see that we reflect the values that they yet cherish in their hearts, not merely our own. Anyway, we're still missing one key representative on behalf of Mortal Lilith, and I happen to know of a certain Bog Dweller who I think shall fit the part most splendidly indeed.
He motions for someone to approach. A certain Bog Dweller slithers forward. You recognise her straight away.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you a dear old friend of mine, who I believe you've met. Welcome to the Night Wings, Bertrude.
The bog dweller called Big Bertrude utters something guttural by way of greeting.
We are to understand that you require further aid from us. Yes, dear Bertrude, the time has come. Bertrude here is far and away the most accomplished alchemist who I have ever met. You soon will find that she knows much about the rites as well.
Bertrude looks at you and your fellow exiles, each in turn.
We frighten ye, apparent.
Everyone is silent as Bertrude searches their expressions.
Then tremble, small ones, and hold well thy tongues, lest we remove them.
She takes her leave without another word.
Please excuse Bertrude's blunt manner. I guarantee she shall more than make up for it.
Everyone disperses. It seems now that the ranks of the Night Wings are complete. Bertrude joined the group. You sense her powerful presence.
Now then, my girl, perhaps you notice the stars are bright once more, up there behind these stubborn rains. Meaning it is time that we got back to business.
Indeed, once more, several stars shine brighter than within the cold and stormy sky. She's a, I think they're called swamp hags or something like that, so I think she's sort of supposed to have kind of a snake theme. Although I think it's more of a creepy witch vibe, so yeah. Okay, so what have we got? Okay. Okay, I think I'll face the Tempers, because I kind of want to see if that's alone. Oh, hey, Amanda. The abs are a work in progress.
Again, we're to face the demon Ignarius and his brutes, the Tempers. He is living proof of how the rites favour raw strength of will and body.
Volfred then offers you such details as he knows of your next adversary. Ignarius, a long-time resident of the Downside, as evidenced by his appearance. The strongest of the Tempers, he has waited years to earn his freedom. Born to a middling Commonwealth family, he got in trouble early and often, but found his calling in the Commonwealth's not entirely legal red light district. Oh, thanks. There he took many jobs, involving his sheer size. Most notably, he was a bouncer at the Starry Eight, where he came to symbolise its reputation. An infamous tavern in the Commonwealth. It is widely believed that Commonwealth officials sometimes showed up incognito here to blow off steam. Yep, he does indeed. I remember in the one match I've had so far, he was kind of creepy about it. Still, not saying I'm interested in men, but That is one epic pompadour. One day, a particularly belligerent guest got under his skin, so he gave him a tremendous thrashing. The club clientele all gave a cheer. However, this guest turned out to be a wealthy chamberlain who then exploited his connections to have Ignarius arrested and then exiled. This was 14 years ago. In the downside, Ignarius dropped his given name, as is sometimes the custom. Yeah, that's fair. Who doesn't? Cowards, that's who. As is sometimes the custom, and survived alone through his tenacity and strength. In time he drew the notice of the Tempers, who revealed to him the rights, recruited him into their ranks, and let him work his way up. Now at last it is his turn.
Ignarius struggles to return to a place that wants nothing to do with someone like him. He should never have been exiled. Anyway, my girl, I'm off to rest.
Damn right, weaklings. You wish a good night to Volfred. Your travels shall continue at first light. Oop, who am I chatting with? Oh, hello. You find Big Bertrude looking at the black wagon in a disapproving way. She fixes her gaze on you. Her expression does not change.
Such clutter added to this wagon since we looked upon it last. Unsightly. We remember thee from our abode in the Flagging Hands. Then thou must be the reading one to whom Sandalwood referred.
She moves in closer, studying you. You recall that the mere touch of a bog crone of the Seven Bogs can induce paralysis or worse. Ah, there we go. Her people are called a bog crone. Well, according to this, she doesn't even need to Medusa me. She can just touch me like a D&D ghoul.
That one such as thee can extract meaning from that tome. 'Twas a feat we wished to witness for ourselves. Thy flesh has seen but the smallest fraction of the years which ours withstood, and yet we are expected to believe that thou canst understand the Book of Rites.
Then she backs away, for someone else has joined you. Hail, Bertrude, madam. Is everything to your liking at this time, or is there something more which you require?
We have been unable to locate a supply of Rodwood gizzard extract among thy belongings. Other than that, we shall lodge no complaint at present.
It is possible that Volfred has a small supply among his possessions here. If you would care to accompany me, we may yet procure some. Yeah, basically I'm trying to go for a sort of a
Old withered crone
voice for her. And yeah, the lone minstrel voice is basically my best attempts at a Welsh accent.
That would be agreeable with us.
Then after you, madam. As they depart, you see the lone minstrel nod his head your way. Bertrude's decks, unusual etched cards depicting the greater titans, probably for curses and enchantments. Fair enough. Rights of Flame. With these blackened nails, I do hereby inscribe the rights of flame. The bylaws shall be written here in full. We the Eight decree the rights as a test of one's true worth in body, mind, and spirit. Now until the stars abandon us, this shall be binding law within the downside. Those deemed unworthy in the right are to regain their freedom from the downside, and return from whence they came. Exiles shall conduct the rites as one of 9 Triumvirs, and look towards the stars for guidance on their path. Exiles shall bear this book as status. Essential structure. The essential structure of the rite shall be as follows. Where chosen by the stars within the dark of night, shall 2 triumvirates stand in opposition, far enough afield, besides their consecrated pyres symbolizing their resolve. In each triumvirate the 3 shall act as one, to demonstrate their trust in one another, not just in themselves. Triumvirates shall endeavour to extinguish the pyre of their adversary, whose flames are only to be staunched through a celestial orb descended from the stars. Whosoever pyre remains burning shall prevail. The triumvirates are to disperse. Searching the stars. We the Eight have seen the turning of the stars from now until the ending of our age. Heed their guidance and ours. The stars take many cyclic turns. The rites commence at their behest upon celestial landmarks, where the downside's greater titans fell before the heavens. Bearing this book bestowed upon your triumvirate, you the readers shall perceive under which stars you are to congregate. Follow where they lead, as your adversary shall. If either of you fails to appear, then neither of you walks the path. Whether you prevail or you fail, from that point the stars shall guide you on. Before each rite. The rite shall not commence unless the necessary preparations are complete as a celestial landmark ere the stars align. Exiles shall conduct the rites bearing this book, of which there are but 40 copies, each bound in astral hide. Exiles shall wear the sacred raiments fashioned in our likeness at the summit of Mount Alodiel. Their identities are to be concealed, for they shall represent us all. Exiles shall set a metal sigil for their pyre, and consecrate the grounds using the words, "The 8 scribes gave their freedom, so we may yet have ours." The heavens shall respond when all is set. The law of 3. During the rite, each triumvirate shall act as one unerringly without question. The disobedient shall suffer banishment or permanent expulsion. Exiles shall move with a single mind to demonstrate their faith, and recognise that they, as we the Eight, cannot prevail alone. Their worth shall be determined by both their actions and their peers. Triumvirates lacking experience in this may designate a reader, whose focus on this book may help the others coordinate. However, only those who shall conduct the rite firsthand shall walk the path towards enlightenment and become eligible to regain their freedom. Anyway, let's carry on. You rise early in the morning. Though Bertrude is already awake, she scowls at you.
Good morning, reader. Bertrude, I trust your stay has not been too uncomfortable. Nay, Sandalwood, the comforts of this place are not for us. Flies forth from here to lower ground. Let us get on with all this. The reader here shall do so once the group is ready. I thank you for your patience.
Soaring far above the Schlorian shore, you notice Pyre gazing down at the frozen cliffs below. That damn place down there, I like it least of all. I think among everywhere we've been. I'm thankful that there's been no reason to return. Reminds me of my home, that is all. The hiring remnants. We grew accustomed to the thinner air amid the cliffs that reaches the clouds above your commonwealth. But it was not the nicest place. Little wonder that my sister settled for the rather warmer base of operations in this land. There by the nest of Triester. Anyway, I'm pleased to have spent as little time as possible near here. Let's fly on by and go about our business. Achievement unlocked. Scourge of the Skies.
How dare you, Nightwing scum! You blasted fools, you cannot intimidate the accusers! We shall face you soon enough in a forthcoming rite, but first, we have another pack of fools who we must vanquish shortly. Until then, stay out of our way.
Right. Shunt, a rocky northern pass towards the ominous Khan of Herb. Volfred believes this should be an expedient path. Lixand, an arid southern pass towards the ominous Khan of Herb. Jordaria wants to see how the wild curs are doing. Okay. Volfred is poring over a copy of the Book of Rites as you approach. He looks up at you and smiles.
The road to freedom, written up in a book that hardly anyone believes exists, and few still can read and comprehend. Sometimes I marvel at how absurd all of this is, my girl. Tell me something, though. I've spent so much time considering the book, but known so few with whom I could discuss it in much detail. You've had some time to turn through it by now, so what do you think? Worth all the fuss?
Volfred wants to know your thoughts on the Book of Rites. You find it fascinating. You have come across more than your fair share of books, but none quite like this. You find it tedious. It's an archaic volume dense with lore. You are not concerned with it at this point. You only skimmed it. You would rather reserve judgment until you have had more reading time. You cannot say. The Book of Rites is meant to be experienced and cannot be described. I have never met a book I don't like. You tell Volfred the book has fascinated you, and that you have not seen anything quite like it. He nods slowly as you describe your experience with it. I share the sentiment. To have in our possession a genuine artifact from a forgotten time. How much of it is exactly true, and how much of it is the scribe's retelling of the events. I find it endlessly fascinating to consider, I must admit. He puts away his copy of the book with care. It is amazing that these volumes have survived for all this time, I think. Whatever they are made of has withstood the ravaging effects of the time quite well. And the ideas they're contained, they remain rather productive as well.
To think that the Commonwealth disavows of the existence of this book, despite official recognition of the 8 scribes. Although the reasons why are in there, written plain. How fascinating that its secrets have been kept for all this time. Anyway, you'll have to excuse me for my extracurricular interest in its teachings. I used to teach a version of its history. To have access to the real thing has brought me some small pleasure. Let us be certain to preserve these volumes for whomever shall be next to use them.
He turns his attention to other matters and bids you a good afternoon. My voice is starting to give out, so I'll call it there. I hope everyone's enjoyed today's stream. Thanks, Fry. You too. I'll just reopen my browser and we'll see who there is to raid. Yep, you too, Amanda. And that's good to know, Fry. It's always nice having some company when I'm playing a game, you know. Taking its sweet time. Okay, guess the only person on my list who's online is His Curseness, so let's pay him a visit. Taking its sweet time. Guess the only person on my list who's online is His Curseness, so let's pay him a visit. And let's go.
Good besworded person. Brioche, a shout out please in the chat. I can do it, but I'll have to murder these civilians first. Thank you so much. Were you still playing Pyre today? Was it Pyre today? I think it was Pyre. Yes! Good, I remember. How's that going? I've been popping in and really enjoying the art of it, but I haven't been able to catch enough of it really to understand what's going on. But that's the same with Supergiant, isn't it? Like the art and the story are just divine. Often really good dialogue as well. I've never been one so much for their gameplay. What's the gameplay like in Pyre? All right, I'm gonna have to cut epidemic sound out of this equation because it is chewing the CPU, and hopefully that will improve matters. The services and controller app is using